with every science there is a law. There is some, there are some conditions, there's some law. You cannot invent karma yoga. You need to do karma yoga as it is. So what is the principle of karma yoga? The first principle is that your prerogative should only remain to perform your duties. That is the only thing that you should think about, you should be worried about, you should focus on. Only the performance of duty. When there was a very good question which came yesterday that I'm going to I'll try to answer that question also. So my prerogative is to perform this karma that I'm doing, this duty that I'm performing. Okay, whenever I'm performing any duty, or whenever I'm performing any action, okay, or whenever I'm doing any work, you will see that a part of your mind is always busy thinking about the results of the actions, what I'm going to get in return. And this is how the world moves. Everybody thinks the same. Everybody does these actions and everybody thinks, okay, I'm doing this action, now what am I going to get the return? Means the major part of their mind is engaged in the thought of returns, of results. And the karma is performed by a very small portion of their mind, a very fraction of their mind, and the major portion is always busy thinking what I'm going to get. And if they don't get what they have expected, then they get depressed. Okay, so Krishna says, don't think about what you are going to get in return. Only think what you are going to, how you are going to perform this action. Just devote yourself wholeheartedly into the action. Now, there was a question yesterday which came to me, which is very relevant. Swamiji, when we perform actions, so sometimes we see that we are standing on a crossroad. We cannot determine which action to partake. We have two options always within us, and there is no way that we can determine which one to take. What I do, I can share my own experience, I can share my own way of performing action. Whenever I come to a point where I have to determine which way to go, the only thing that I do is I sit down and I think about each one of the ways. And when I think about way one, okay, this is one way of doing one work, and this is number one. So when I'm thinking about way one, I see that though I want to do it in the way in this way, but I feel a lot of vibration within my mind. I don't feel happy, I don't feel peace. I don't feel peace. I don't feel this, this sense of serenity within me. There is disturbance in my mind, though that is an easy path for me. That is the path which I have been choosing for my whole life. And because I have been choosing that path for my whole life, that path is very known to me, very easy to me. But while I am thinking about that path, I see that it creates ripples in my mind. It creates ripples in my mind. And because they create ripples in your mind, they create ripples in your heart, that karma, that path should be rejected. Now, path B, path 2. Okay, this is a path which I have never taken. This is a path which is very difficult, which is very, very hard, which is not practical at all. In given situation, that part is not practical at all. Okay, good. So I'm taking that path. I'm undertaking that path. Is that path, when I'm thinking about that path, though it is hard and though it is very, difficult, and I have no idea how the path is and how it's going to happen, how it's going to unfold itself. But I feel peace. I feel, serenity within. I feel I feel a sense of assurance, a sense of stability, a sense of peace. Because I have felt a sense of peace, that is why I have to take that path, path B, path 2. Though that path is unknown, though the path is very difficult, though the path is completely, we are completely unsure about what and how it is going to unfold, you need to follow that path. Because at the very beginning of that, start of this karma, of this journey, you have felt peace. And because you have felt peace, at the end also you will have peace. Peace is the way. Always, determine your way through peace. If you feel peace in any of the paths you undertake, know that path is right. And while you are, moving in a path and you don't feel peace at all, there is a lot of fear, there is a lot of doubt, confusions, and there's a lot of mental distractions. Though it's known to you, you need to reject that path completely. You have to come out of that. Okay, so be brave in choosing your path, because it is the brave who really attain success. People who have fears, people who compromise, people who follow others, they seldom attain success. It is some who follow their heart, who follow the peace of their heart, though the path is full of challenges, but that path will give them accomplishment, success. Okay, so that is your path. So Krishna says that whenever you are performing an action, your priority should be to only focus on the actions. Don't focus on the results. Don't think about the results at all. Forget about them. Before doing before getting into this karma, always tell your mind, just do it. Don't think about what is going to happen in the future. Okay, and that is how you need to do your karma. Number 1, this is number 1 principle. Then ma karma phala hetur bhurma. Your karmas, your actions should not be inspired by the results of those actions. Whenever we are told to do some action, the first thing that we do is, we want to determine what is the end result. If we see the end result is expected, that is then we get engaged into the karma. And if you see the end result is not expected at all, I don't get what I'm expecting, I don't do that karma, I don't perform that. But that is wrong. Krishna says that is wrong. Whenever you have a karma at hand, whenever you have an action at hand, your work is to complete it. Your work is to perform it, complete it wholeheartedly, with a full mind, with a full devotion, with a full sincerity. That's all. Don't think about what you are going to get. Okay? So ma karma phala hetur bhurma. Your karmas, the results of those karmas, or the expectation of the results of the karmas should not be the reason of your performance of karma. They should not be the reason. The reason should only be to perform karma. When I am here in this world, I need to do karma. Every time I need to do karma. And that is what is the law of nature. And that is what I have to do. So when I need to do karma, let me just do it and forget. Okay? Ma karma phala hetur bhurma. And then mate sangosta akarmani. And we should not be attached to laziness, inactivity. Never you should think that you have attained something very comprehensible, that you don't need to perform any action. This is wrong. Always you need to do something or the other. Okay, so don't get attached to inactivity. So this was what we had discussed yesterday. Now he is going